Well, on the second segment on In Your Interest, we talk about India's IT sector that's facing one of its biggest reality check. The AI sector is certainly booming, but on the other hand is a job bloodbath. For decades, the tech industry was seen as the ultimate engine of job security and economic growth. But now, that engine is being overhauled in a way that is leaving hundreds of thousands of workers behind. We're witnessing a massive global restructuring where the human workforce is being sacrificed to fuel the artificial intelligence race. That's right. The numbers are staggering as well. Just this morning, tech giant Oracle announced a sudden restructuring that will cut up to 30,000 jobs globally, and India, around 12,000 employees have been affected by these layoffs. That's nearly 40% from India itself. And the goal is clear. The company needs to free up nearly $10 billion to fund a massive expansion of AI data centers to stay ahead in the chip race. Oracle is committing $156 billion to artificial intelligence infrastructure, even while sitting on over $100 billion in debt. And this is not an isolated incident. In 2025 alone, we saw 245,000 tech jobs vanish. In just the first few months of 2026, another 85,000 job roles have already been slashed. From Amazon, Microsoft to Intel and Meta, the story is the same. Companies are trimming their workforce to pivot towards a future that is dominated by artificial intelligence. The financial scale of this shift is hard to comprehend. Big tech is expected to spend $650 billion on AI this year alone. Amazon is leading the pack with $200 billion, a particular investment plan for Amazon, whilst Alphabet is putting aside $175 to $185 billion. Other tech firms are also pouring in hundreds of billions more. Private investment in AI has already reached $252 billion globally. Generative AI is booming, and mega deals have been clinched by companies like OpenAI and Anthropic. At the same time, this rapid change is creating a big skills challenge. Up to 1.1 billion jobs around the world are expected to be transformed by this new technology. About 80% of the global workforce may need reskilling by 2027. Nearly 86% of businesses are likely to be impacted by AI by 2030. Many company leaders say the shortage of right skills is one of the biggest barriers they face. But whilst the stock market often cheers these cuts, the human cost is rising, particularly here in India. Our IT sector, which contributes 8% to our GDP and brings in $283 billion in revenue, is at a crossroads. Estimates suggest that up to 2 million tech jobs in India could be lost by 2031, with 60% of formal jobs facing automation risks by 2030. The ripple effect on our urban economy, from real estate to retail, could be profound. Two top panelists with me on the broadcast, and the big questions that we're trying to decode. Is it financially sustainable for companies with massive debt like Oracle to fire tens of thousands of workers just to fund AI infrastructure that is getting outdated in a span of few months? As India's IT superpower status faces AI disruption, how will the government and the private sector now manage the potential loss of 2 million jobs, 20 lakh jobs, and the resulting drop in consumer spending? Naga Saim Runal, AI expert and member, AAAI, that's Association for the Advancement of Artificial Intelligence, with us on the broadcast, and Dr. Kiranpreet Kaur, human resources expert and advisor, the Human Capital. Kiranpreet Kaur, Doctor, let me come to you first and foremost. Let's understand this jobs reskilling and the human cost element. Mass layoffs. I mean, it was just an email in the morning. You must have gone through those posts on social media yourself. Instant system lockouts from their laptops even before they comprehend what's really happening. Is this the new corporate normal that the IT firm is now going to deal out? Where is the employee dignity in all of this? We've heard it time and again that AI will not take our jobs. Somebody who's using AI will take our jobs, but not anymore. The example is in front of us.
Well, honestly, layoffs are always challenging because they impact humans' life, not just financially, but also personally, with their families, their career journey, everything gets impacted. And at the same time, companies like Oracle, who are in a competitive, stage where they're competing with all the other brands, they want to evolve quickly and faster, which sets their priorities apart, and they want their businesses to grow and make a difference there. However, here the leadership comes into the picture where it is their duty to ensure that there's transparency, there are company values, culture being, actually lived by instead of just talking about it. so that the remaining employees also, have the trust within them left to continue to work for these kind of employers, because it it is it is the time when it is important that we show transparency. We ensure that business sustainability is important, but at the same time, human responsibility is going hand in hand. There's a huge gap that is widening with every day with the skill part. Companies are looking for efficiency. AI brings that efficiency at a much cheaper cost, and therefore these hard calls are being taken. But I think we need to look at, reskilling or providing them other placement opportunities before we take these hard decisions on the spot.
But then, rather than genuinely transforming their workforce, because we keep hearing reskill yourself in AI, but realistically, a mid-career IT professional, how fast can that transition actually take place? Are companies using artificial intelligence as an excuse to cut these costs? I mean, look at the Oracle example in front of us. Many of them waking up to that email and hoping that their severance packages don't deal them as much of a blow that the initial email did.
Yeah, what we are seeing today is not just with
No, Doctor, go on. I'm going to come to you. Nagasai Mrinal, I'm going to come to you just next.
I think what companies are working on is ensuring that they have an edge above, especially in the tech space. When it comes to reskilling, it is not difficult even at a mid-career stage. Why? Because these tools are very easy and very handy. It's just about the information. So we need to develop a mindset that every quarter, how many new tools are we learning? And those are easy ones. It's not rocket science, but if we do not evolve, we do not adapt technology, we are going to miss the bus, and definitely we're going to be out of the industry in no time. That's the harsh truth.
Okay, all right. To the tech expert with us on the broadcast, Nagasai Mrinal, the AI boom versus the job bloodbath, what's your assessment and reading? Oracle cutting thousands of jobs just to fund AI infrastructure, even as they have $100 billion worth of debt. Is this the future of tech? Fewer humans, more machines, something that Bengaluru essentially was always fearful of?
It's not just about Oracle today. Right now, many of the bigger companies are shifting towards AI infrastructure. They're trying to restructure their organization where the traditional manpower is not taken care into the place. Meaning, they are trying to shift all their money towards into AI structured chips like data centers and everything. So the real question is, how does this layoffs matter? Like, the strongest of this AI structure is towards they are trying to restructure the old traditional model. If you say if we need human intervention, yes, we need human intervention to decide on the factors. There are some factors where they can really focus on AI dominance and few of the productivity. It's not just about the companies are trying to shift the money not towards the humans replacements. It's just about they are diverting their whole cash flow into the chips, infrastructure and everything. Here is the fact that the people should really redefine their skill sets to go into this AI race.
No, that's great. But a huge multitude is still going to lose out, Nagasai Mrinal. Companies are investing hundreds of billions of dollars into artificial intelligence. But is the ROI even certain? We don't really know that. Are we looking at a high-risk AI bubble? And could you, put your neck on the line and answer this question about what jobs are actually safe? Even coders and engineers are being replaced today.
Yeah, there has to be a balance, right? Now, the balance is towards there are, you see, it's not really that humans are being replaced with AI. It's just that the number of jobs that are in the market are very few. It's trying to enhance the AI is enhancing in its job sector, but not to a level where the people are there. Like, there should be a balance. But I agree to your question that the number of jobs are low, but the people who wants the jobs are high. So it's definitely there is a balance that needs to be discussed. So yes, so for that the people has to redefine their skill sets by enhancing their knowledge and everything.
Again, we've again cycled back. It's back to square one on that same idiom of you're either on the train or you're off the train. Dr. Kiranpreet, if layoffs continue at this pace, what we've been witnessing, what Bengaluru and the entire IT capital was fearful of, are we looking at white-collar employment crisis in India's urban economy? You're absolutely right. Companies also do need to move on. People will have to reskill themselves. But at what pace? And do we have the wherewithal to do that and follow that up?
So I think, Kabir, very brilliant you ask this question. I think what we need to ensure is that the pace is not so fast. There's a balance, because whenever an AI is one of the revolution. Whenever there is a tech revolution going on, the nature of the jobs change.
Yeah.
Not that the jobs just eliminate or some jobs become obsolete, which are like in this AI era, for example, all the routine ones or the ones which are monotonous and, recurring ones, they can be taken care by the AI. But at the same time, there are new jobs that are going to come, and for which the employees need to be upskilled first before, staying, because of the competition, just keeping the pace very, very high. I think that balance needs to be created, and at the top level, this needs to be discussed more regularly, especially when you're discussing technology, when you're discussing about implementing new tools, spending more on the infra, on the chips. I think many people can be, keep relevant.
I don't work in the IT sector, I'll tell you what, doctor, but it sounds like you're asking for more money to be plunged into the system. And here people are being laid off so that they can free up more money, so that that money can be used for artificial intelligence restructuring for the entire infrastructure at large. Are we breaking that fundamental model of our global strength for what India is known for, the IT services, the manpower? I think that's going down the drain. I don't know. If I have a company of, let's say legal experts, I maybe need 3 less legal experts because of the drafting. The AI is doing it for me.
But you may need 2 more, one for the auditing and one for probably redesigning the other model. That's what I'm coming to. So not necessarily that all the jobs will become obsolete. Some would require reskilling. And I think the emphasis should be given more on the reskilling part, upskilling part, because in the end, you would need to hire more people, but of those specific skill sets, which today may not be available.
That's a fair point. Nagasai Mrinal, if AI creates these jobs eventually and destroys them later on, who is absorbing this transition shock? I mean, you're somebody who's a tech expert, you're a member of the AAAI. What's going to happen in the future? What's your message to all those that are fearing that AI is going to take their jobs? Of course, there is reskilling that's going to be required. Of course, the companies will have to spend in more to make sure that they are not lagging behind in that global race. But in this process where Dr. Kiranpreet says that, the people sitting up on the top need to make sure that this transition is not as fast as it's happening right now, who is pulling the levers? Who is going to be, turning this down a notch? What's your message to all those sitting fearful? And the idea is not to create or, strike some sort of panic in those that are watching this right now. But 30,000 jobs, 12,000 in India, I mean, these are big numbers.
Yeah, I've seen like a few of my friends, like who are in the Oracle, who have joined recently. They got laid off today morning. So they have shifted their companies from Amazon to Oracle. It's a bad part. Like, it's happening. It is what it is. Like, the thing that we can do is the tagline, which is for India is no longer, it has to change its tagline from it's not more the service based, or like, we have a world hub called, like in India is called as a world hub. World IT hub, right? It has to move in its terms to change its tagline from, it has to be more into AI, like redefining their skill set. Even though you redefine their skill set, even if you go into the company, even if they lay off, it's just that the companies are more targeted towards these chips and industry. It's all about the company survival than the people who are working there. It is what it is. So it's going to take some time. There's no specific answer for this one. So the high level structure has to be changing. So there are more jobs, but there are less people who are more people who are applying for these jobs, but there are only less jobs in AI. So overall, there is the high level organization changes should happen.
Yeah, I mean, you see, Oracle lays off 30,000 employees globally. This is sudden restructuring. Job cuts aimed at funding massive AI data centers and the cloud expansion. Company commits to $156 billion all towards AI infrastructure, which is important, just like Dr. Kiranpreet pointed out. But there's heavy debt burden as well. India has been hit hard with 12,000 employees affected. There is rapid AI tech shifts, and this risks making new infrastructure outdated by the second. So, are we getting more questions than answers here? That's the big, final summarization, if I could put it in words over here. I think it's important that we continue to talk about this. Dr. Kiranpreet and Nagasai Mrinal, many thanks for taking out the time and speaking to us here on News 9. AI boom on one side, job cut tsunami on the other. AI isn't changing how we work. It's deciding who gets to work at all. Is this the new tech order? Because the question now is, will humans keep up or be left behind? That was all in this segment of In Your Interest. We're going to see you again tomorrow. Many thanks for watching.
Kushal. Easy to love. Skoda.
The LPG shortage is now being felt across several cities in India. Our reporters travel across the country to bring you the ground reality.
It's impacting your and my kitchen.
Gas crisis hits kitchen fires. Restaurants and small businesses shutting down.
Very difficult because everything runs on LPG.
LPG cylinders are running short.
Supply shortage, hoarding